Governor Ron DeSantis says, will not tolerate hatred towards LGBTQ. But does Florida believe him? In the past year, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has banned transgender girls from competing in school sports. He has stopped kids from being able to discuss their identity or family with Don't Say Gay. He retaliated against Disney standing up for LGBTQ+ community. His press secretary has claimed that anyone against the Parental Rights in Education bill is a groomer. He helped foster an environment of exclusion and hatred towards the LGBTQ+ community. That's why it came as quite a shock over the weekend when he issued a proclamation for Pulse Remembrance Day that read, quote, "The state of Florida will not tolerate hatred towards the LGBTQ and Hispanic community of any kind. And together, we stand united against terrorism and hate of any kind," end quote.
Gaslight.
I'm sorry, did you say gaslighting?
Exactly, our favorite word here.
Okay.
I mean, beyond the attacks of the LGBTQ community, I think his lack of support for gun control also shows that he's not for protecting not just LGBTQ+ people.
Oh wait, was Pulse a gun incident?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So, let's take that out of the equation because we already know he's gaslighting the LGBTQ community, but let's just say in general, he is supporting terrorists who are able to buy guns and come in and kill people.
I'm curious to the unbelievable nature of this statement on Pulse Remembrance Day, June 12th. What's his motivation? Why would he do this?
I think because he would look like he didn't care at all about LGBTQ+ community, and he's trying to become president of the United States in 2024. So he has to show something that he's not fully hating, and it's just politics to become president.
Tony, and I agree with what you're saying. I think he's reaching out. I think he's trying to reach out and maybe get some additional votes when it comes to the elections that are going to be coming up. But I don't think there's anybody in our community that's going to believe anything that comes out of his mouth when it comes to the LGBTQ+ community. I just don't believe that's going to happen.
I don't think they will, but I think maybe on the national stage that who knows what the economy is going to be like, and it may not, LGBTQ rights may not be the first, second, or third priority in what makes somebody vote. Yep. So, just throwing it out there like, hey, I don't hate them. Look, I Pulse, I took a photo out there.
And I think he needs the soundbite for when he decides to run so that they can show that he is supported. But the reality is he is as delusional as the last president and as all the people that follow him that believe that he is supported.
It's interesting, that observation, and I think it's a bullseye. So I come back to you, Jeff. You start by saying gaslighting immediately. You're the chairman of the National Dinner for the National LGBTQ Task Force. Does that attempt, do you think nationally creating a soundbite that is disingenuous can be successful for him?
I mean, I think we have to realize there are a lot of people that get their news and information in sound bites, so it can be effective, and that's why we tell these stories, to share the information that's actually the truth and what's actually happening. And I think, again, what's actually happening is he's attacking our community on a daily basis, including his staff. And obviously we reported on, the posting of calling our community groomers and all of the other attacks that are out there. And limiting drag queen story time is another attempt they're trying to do, here in Florida, which is the new popular Republican, let's ban drag queen story time because that'll solve the crisis in America. So I think we have to tell that story because the sound bites are very effective, unfortunately. So.
Yep.
LGBTQ+ news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out television network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+